Hello friends, today we are going to learn the chapter Reproduction in Plants. All living organisms have a characteristic that they can produce their own kind. This production of the offspring from the parents is called reproduction. Modes of reproduction in plants. Plants have two kinds of parts, vegetative parts. These are the parts of the plant that play a major role in the life cycle of a plant, such as preparation of food, transportation of food, water and nutrients, etc. For example, roots, stems and leaves. Reproductive parts. These are the parts of a plant that play a major role in reproduction processes in plants. For example, flowers, fruits. Shoot. A young plant is often termed as a shoot. Generally, a shoot is regarded as a part of the plant which has stems, leaves and flowers. Node. It is a part of the stem or branch of a plant from where the leaf arises. Vegetative buds. Some type buds are present in the leaves that are capable of developing into shoots. These are called vegetative buds. Reproduction in plants can be categorized into two types: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. The new plants are produced without using the seeds. In this process, generally the leaves, stems and roots participate in reproduction. Sexual reproduction. The new plants are produced with the help of the seeds of a plant. In this process, the flowers of the plants participate in reproduction. Different types of asexual reproduction. Vegetative propagation. As the name suggests, this type of reproduction takes place with the help of the vegetative parts of the plant. Only one parent can produce the identical offspring in vegetative propagation. Natural means of vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation by roots. Vegetative propagation by roots in sweet potato. Plants that have tuberous roots, that is, roots which are used as storage organ in plants, participate in the vegetative propagation. In order to grow new plants, these tuberous roots are sown in the soil. These are buds present on the fruits that grow above the ground and a new plant is formed. Example: sweet potato and dahlia. Vegetative propagation by stem. Stem tubers. Just like tuberous roots, some plants have tuberous stems. These stem tubers store the nutrients and bear nodes. These nodes bear buds that form the new plants. Example: potato. Vegetative propagation by stem in potato. Runners. Some plants grow along the ground and contain modified stems called runners. These runners contain buds that can produce roots and stems. Example: strawberries. Vegetative propagation by runners. Stems. Vegetative propagation by leaves. Some plants have leaves that contain buds that can develop into a new plant. Example: bryophyllum. Vegetative propagation by leaves of bryophyllum. Artificial means of vegetative propagation. Cutting. It is a method in which a cutting from a plant is taken and planted. This cutting is a part of the stem or the branch of a plant. Example: roses. Grafting. Sometimes two plants are joined together so that both of them can provide the desired characteristics to the new plant. One plant remains rooted in the ground, which is called the stalk, and provides the essential nutrients and water, while the other plant stem is attached to it. In this way, a new plant develops. Example: apples. Advantages of vegetative propagation. The plants that are produced with vegetative propagation grow faster than those that are produced with sexual reproduction. The plants that reproduce with vegetative reproduction have fruits and flowers ahead of time. The plants that are produced have exactly the same characteristics as that of their parents. Budding. Yeast is an organism that contains a single cell. It is a fungi, not a plant. It can propagate every few hours if the proper amount of nutrients are available to it. As the yeast finds favorable conditions, a small bulb-like projection produces from the yeast called bud. The bud grows gradually and then gets detached from the parent yeast. This new cell then grows, matures, and produces more cells. Sometimes a chain of buds is formed, which led to the production of a large number of yeasts all together. Fragmentation. Algae like Spirogyra generally reproduce by the process of fragmentation, in which they divide themselves into multiple parts. As soon as the algae finds enough water and nutrients, it fragments and grows into new individuals. This process continues and algae multiply quickly in a short period of time. Spore formation. Some plants contain spores that float in the air and cause asexual reproduction. A spore has a hard protective cover which protects it from the unfavorable environmental conditions like temperature and humidity. As a result, the spores can travel long distances and survive for a long duration of time. As soon as they find favorable conditions such as moisture and nutrients, they germinate and form new plants. For example, moss and ferns propagate in this way. Thank you, friends. Bye bye. Have a nice day.